But hey, we got a win there and got a few more stickers under our belt as well. Not to diminish just the fact that I'm also intrigued. I'm interested and fascinated by this octopus fellow. Wondering where we could go with that in the future. So let's hop into another one here. Hopefully make like Big Bird happen. It'd be nice. It brings pain. Seems like it. Ooh, and we do get the bird right off the bat, so Big Bird strats? At least give it a shot. I'll take a beetle as well to keep the squad sustainable until then. Something like this. Thing, like yes, there's something truly evocative about the octopus. That chunky, fizzy, unsubtle. Tugboat, citizen swimmers. I think we got to go with a good old chunky tugboat here. I immediately just thought of the same like 3 jokes that I've used every single time that we choose chunky as our adjective, so we're just gonna roll past that instead. And fantastic. Oh, never mind. Thought for sure that that was a win. Whoops. Math is hard, people. Math is hard. Sure, I'm one of those weirdos who actually kind of enjoys math, but that doesn't mean that I'm any good at it whatsoever. Let's go with something like this. Probably will still freeze the beetle. We'll try and get a decent number of upgrade targets coming out here. And the bird is looking pretty chonky there. Let's hope it's enough. Ah, very similar looking build here. Theirs is actually a bit more intelligible rather than being fully committed to birds. So can't hate on the game too much for handing us the loss there, but is what it is. This last but not least here. Do I combine first? I guess probably because we might be keeping these bluebirds out for all we know. I'll try that out. Oh my gosh, caterpillar. Okay. You know when I was talking earlier about not wanting to shoehorn caterpillar into every single run we do? I think I'm going to shoehorn caterpillar into each and every run that we accomplish. Just so satisfying. One of the few creatures that you can actually consistently get to level 3-2. You don't need to be rolling the dice and relying heavily on all that nonsense. Something a bit more sustainable for the future, you know? We're all about sustainability here at the Chunky Tugboat. Oh, no. I was gonna freeze that swan. Whoops. I was hoping for another bird to pop up, but that's okay. We shall instead pop some meat on our beetle friend. Buy another ladybug. And give it a shot. Probably want some honey on this bird actually, right? Because it's almost guaranteed to never make it through a final fight here. Level 2 octopuses deal 5 damage to all enemies before attack. That's very interesting. And it did seem like it was triggering consecutively there. So I feel like there was potentially something to that idea that it sets up this animal as your target. And then if you kill this animal, that's still your target. So it counts and you don't just hit the thing behind it, which is how I'd normally expect that to kind of shake out. But I'll have to review the footage, go back, watch it in slow-mo, just to confirm my suspicions and fears here. It's interesting to say the least. And you know what, let's commit to this honey bird. I think bluebirds probably enjoy a little bit of honey, at least some sweet water. And then, you can tell how addicted I am to swans, because that's all I'm thinking right now is how can I get this swan on my team? If I want one thing in life, it's to have you on my team here. So you know what? We can slow down bird progression the tiniest bit here. That seems okay in my books. That way we can afford you. And I probably should have appled potentially this buddy. Again, gone health for our swan. Turns out I'm allergic to having correct ordering in all my decisions. But that's fine. Instead, just make that bird a little bit bigger. Just feeding it everything. Honey, apples, anything you can bring to the table. We're gonna immediately throw at this bird here. You're a hungry, hungry little buddy. And I mean, this should work out for us. This does, unfortunately, kill... Oh my gosh. Never mind. They're brilliant. They have my dream squad already on lock. How have they done this? Were they listening to my stream earlier where we came up with the most brilliant of all strategies that has ever been concocted in terms of a suicide squad? They must have. Those dang fools. Stealing our brilliance, substituting it for their own. But that's okay. Don't know if I have the brain power to actually make that squad work, or if it's always going to be a twinkling star in my eye, something to dream about. I've also been wondering for a bit now how the game calculates butterflies, because we have this very heavy attack bird, but no health whatsoever. So if we potentially even buff this buddy up a little bit, especially in the health department, would that mean that the swan does some calculus? Or does it just immediately take from the highest attack? Because so much in this game, like the order that effects are triggered, is all based on that attack score. So I'm worried, I'm concerned that we'd just be getting another 10-3 on the squad. Which is not great. Probably not ideal. Lobster time. Not quite yet. I don't think I'm mentally prepared. I think I'll need another moment before I'm ready to actually put that into practice here. But okay, who gets the garlic? Could replace the meat since they're more likely to stick around versus the ladybug, but I think we're just going to go for temporary solutions to future problems and give this one a run for its money, shall we? Ah, fellow bird enthusiast. Always like to see. Also should not put my mouse in the ideal position to just flicker. You know, it's the only way that possibly could have ended. Fitting, really. Two geniuses meeting each other out in the open field. Couldn't see it going any other way, friend. Let's see, we have a big old swan going now. And we're starting to lose steam, unfortunately. Could just start feeding our bird. Like, apples isn't exactly what we're looking for. How can I not remember tears for the life of me? Because fortunately, we've been given the genius tidbit that the little cards here actually tell us. But when I'm trying to think of them off the top of my head, specifically in this case, the pear. Is the pear tier 3 or tier 4? I've played so much of this game. And yet my brain, it's defunct. It does not work as intended at the very least. I guess we'll roll past for now. And who do we feed? Smart thing is maybe to feed the beetle. But our thing is to do nothing but shove this bird full of more food than it could possibly house. Creating a bit of a scientific marvel in this bird. I don't know, where does the food go? Who knows? Cartoony shovels. Wait a second. We were just talking about somebody potentially stealing our gags here. Were we the cartoony shovels last week? That sounds super familiar to me, but maybe I'm just altering my memories in real time here. Also, there we go, confirm. Pear, tier 4. There we go. My dumb brain eventually just gets given the answer so that we don't have to think so hard, since we're not doing very well with that in general. More lobsters showing up, so maybe it was a bit of a missed opportunity, unfortunately, on our side. Such a shame, too bad. But I think you gotta just keep committing hard to our current strategy. 0 wins, almost dead. I don't see how Big Bird could possibly fail. The strongest run in existence, for sure. By far, really. Well, let's put it all on the line once more here. One of these days, Big Bird is going to work. Maybe we have to commit a little bit less to it as the be-all end-all and actually have a bit of a more regular scaling unit somewhere along the line here. But no, that couldn't possibly be true. You gotta just full commit, right? There's nothing but all-out support of the birds. Big Bird and 4 Scorps can't lose. Now there's a plan. How could it possibly go wrong? Impossible. We're selling one thing here. Yes, Swan. Sell you. Still just hard committing to this bird. We're gonna make it work. Just force it till it fits. And then, what am I even looking for these days? A turtle might be nice. You think a big bird needs a turtle with an addiction early on? I definitely feel you there. I mean, it's unfortunate that the turtle has gone so hard into the pills lately, but would help us out. Also, ooh, maybe it would be the one time to actually get a bit of a rooster play going. I feel like that's tough because you want slightly better scaling. Like rooster with something like a monkey definitely fits the bill a little bit more, but maybe a bit of Army of the Birds situation going. Full bird run or nothing. I could see it. Let's roll me once more. Also, again, very much a missed opportunity on the lobsters. It seems like we're getting nothing but lobsters in this day and age. No, let's go with the heavy hitter up front. I think that's okay. You know what? I'm just buying you. Might lose because of that. It's unfortunately not exactly the smartest play, I don't think. But it's something. Ooh, a llama squad. See, I haven't been seeing many of those, which makes me concerned that it's not a very good build. But maybe it's the kids who are wrong. Because I'm intrigued by the llama as well. That seems like a fun one. Ooh, and do we actually level up a cow potentially for the first time in our lives? Now that it actually has some tangible advantages in the game, I could see it. If we are gonna do that, let's start here. Baya. Keep feeding that bird up. We're trying to supply it with enough milk, you know, strengthen those bones so that maybe, just maybe, it can take as much of a hit as it can give out. Not too hopeful for the odds of that in the future, but crazier things have happened. And I think we just have to keep committing to this. Do I ever stop self-buffing on the bluebird? Becomes my next thought here. No, that'd be crazy. How could we possibly do that? Our beetles are here as scorpion fodder. But don't tell our beetles that. I shouldn't have even said that out loud. I mean, I'm sorry, you're great. You're holding up the whole squad here, beetles. Keep it up. I mean, we should win this. Okay, confirmed. Some confirmation. Can we claw our way back? Is this the beginning of the end of the new meta for the game? Meta-defining move once and for all. Change the face of this earth. I need more cows, I think, if I want to achieve all my hopes and dreams in life. Especially since I want to see what upgraded milk even looks like in the first place. I've never seen that before. So yes, we can freeze a pair. We do need more chocolate eventually on the bird. Chocolate on the cow does nothing, right? Unfortunately. Because I'd assume this means you have to buy a cow. And probably don't want to feed chocolate to your cow anyway. That seems like a recipe for disaster. So I guess we just freeze the whole dang shop. I do want to feed the bird eventually to get that level 3 bird. But I think before then, before we get to that stage in our lives, we do have to survive. And that's the trickier part here for the moment. Only once more, we do get a cow. Do you know what? Chocolate, I don't need you anymore. Let's try it out. Ooh, and sauropod with cow actually seems super powerful. That's just free money, right? Can you make chocolate cheese out of chocolate milk? The mental imagery is not great. I sure hope not. What would it even taste like? I guess chocolate and cheese, well, maybe not being perfectly cohesive as a pairing. There's something to that. Cheese boards and chocolate boards. Fondue works in both departments. But there's something unsettling about the thought for some reason, trying to turn chocolate milk into chocolate cheese. Might just be my imagination, but it's not a great mental image. And it has intriguing implications for the entirety of the cow industry, really. Everyone's going to go around milking all the brown cows because everybody knows that the only way that you achieve chocolate milk is by milking brown cows, right? Facts of life. Full sauropod, just ready to buy right off the shelf. Interesting. May finally replace one of our beetles. It's about dang time, really. You would think. But come on, Big Bird. Put it forward everything for this very moment. I don't think we take out that llama, which was potentially a prerequisite for making it through this. Oh, never mind. Why do I even doubt for a moment that Big Bird won't get it done? So inspirational, man. But I do believe it's time to shake things up a bit here. So, do we keep the ladybug around temporarily? Because the beetle gives us slightly more money on selling it. And at least the ladybug has a bit more of a tangible advantage from how much food that we'll ideally be buying in the near future here, I would hope. Let's do it. I think I need the money just to afford my plans for the future here anyway. Because we're going to bring you in. Bird no longer benefits from self-buffing. So that's fine to potentially get the sauropod kicking off here. That seems nice. We have a lot of useless members of the squad. Sorry, didn't mean to include you, Caterpillar. Just mostly these two. But they're support characters. They're trying. And then we could sauropod, buy pizza. We'd have 2 rerolls, I guess. Because I'm assuming this goes up to gain 2 gold per turn. Or per buying food. Alternatively, we could buy a can, buffs our ladybug, buffs our future sauropods, which can then be added to the pile here. We even get a nice reroll out of the whole ordeal. Melon armor. The bee has been doing us wonders thus far in the run. But I do feel like melon armor might be a requirement for the future here. Getting a level 2 sauropod right away doesn't matter, I don't think. So we can do this, and then we get 1 gold back. So we can then roll again. And just stacks on stacks here. Okay, it's something. Let's maybe rearrange the squad a little bit. Anti-scorpion maneuver here. Strong mid-game. Absolutely nothing to back us up. Sounds like a plan. Get this sauropod punching, shall we? We are up against the Wet Geeks. Not too scary looking of a squad. Bad time to have that ladybug up front. Oh my gosh. And the jaguar absolutely throttled us. Oh, I was not paying attention. Oh no. As soon as you take the health off of you. Wait, how did that? Mosquito took melon armor. Jaguar took a shot. That's wild. That is truly unfortunate odds there. Oh, Food Squad, I believed in you. The Big Bird run was finally in our sights at the very least. That's fine. I think birds might have just become my new horse, which makes sense. They're actually a very similar mechanic to horses in terms of just bringing up the offensive capability without at all helping on the defensive side of things. but we try our best here. We do our very best. All right, we'll do a few more runs for the night here, but in order to do so, gotta keep ourselves hydrated moving forwards. I'm gonna quickly run out, grab a refill for this son of a gun, and then we'll hop into another one here. Definitely leave any comments in chat if you want to see something more specific in terms of challenges here. You can commit to something now that we've gone a few runs in where we're just exploring, testing out the waters of the new pack. And yeah, when we get back, we'll either jump into some challenges or we'll keep doing what we're doing here. Maybe dancing with the one that brought you, maybe just going for some of those level 3 ribbons if possible. I'll see you in just a sec and we'll try it out. See ya. Okie dokie. With that, we're ready to hop back into it. So maybe real quick, let's take a peek at this achievements page. Can even do a fancy little rearrange for a moment here where we try and decide what we're looking out for in the future here. Still need that bat. Could go back to some blowfish stuff. I feel like it's almost potentially a better idea to turn off the expansion pack because it's so hard to get some of these original characters now that we have the full plethora to pick from. But still, could it happen? Buffalo, I'm waiting to pop off. I feel like Buffalo is just another version of the dog, which I absolutely adore playing with. So I feel like that's definitely up our alley here. Level 3 cow, gotta happen one of these days. I promised our friend up here that we'd do our very best, so we gotta try at the very least. And octopus, I'm very tempted to get rolling as well. It seems like a fun one at the very least.